which is an oral presentation from Ms. O'Grady, as outlined in CMD 15H 5.10, 5.10A, and 5.10B.
Good afternoon. My name is Kelly O'Grady. I live in Pembroke, and I want to thank the Commission for holding the hearing here in Pembroke. It's really important. We have people that are attending this hearing today that normally wouldn't be able to go to Ottawa to see it. So it's a really good experience for them to see just exactly how licenses are decided upon. I also wanted to thank Dr. Thompson for doing the OBT-HDO ratio study. I think that was really important work that she did, and I'm glad to see that there are some studies going on in Pembroke, because we are so unique because of our very exceptional tritium levels in humans, in biota, in air, in water moisture, etc. So my presentation is mainly going to look at physical changes to SRB over the last 20 to 25 years. So I'll just update this slide. I'm going to be looking at the differences between Zone 1, Zone 2, and Zone 3, because I don't think the public really understands, and I don't think I really understood until I actually got a full copy of the 2007 systematic analysis of tritium sources, because the copy we got back in 2007 was redacted, and it had important diagrams on there that really do explain a lot. So Zone 1 is the waste storage area, to my understanding. Zone 2 is the waste packaging area, and Zone 3 is where waste processing was going on. And by waste processing, I think that means that they were actually crushing the glass, releasing the tritium, and then having the glass go back to waste storage. You may correct me when you have a chance to speak. So
Excuse me, Mrs. O'Grady, are you going to follow with the slides?
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
yes,
thank
yes.
you.
Okay, so SRB is one of 3 tenants occupying a Butler building located at 320 Boundary Road. The building is owned by Michael Harrington. Michael Harrington recently applied for a building permit for an expansion of 812 meters. We're curious about that. We know that SRB occupies approximately 40% of the building as is, and with the new addition, we're not exactly sure how much that will change. So the facility is divided into 3 zones. Each zone is determined by its potential for tritium contamination due to handling procedures. And this is according to the systematic analysis. Each zone has ventilation systems specific for the type of work being performed. Yeah, so what we're looking here at this slide, this is the changes to the facility from 1990 to 2007. There's 3 slides. So if you can see, the Zone 1 is the white area here. Zone 1 is the administrative office area, shipping, receiving. Zone 2 is where they do the silk screening and the painting. And then this is Zone 3. This is the active area. These are the stacks. This is a little garbage shed that was there, that they used to store their waste in. You can also see that shipping came to the front of the building during this time. Total square foot area was 6,700 square feet. So then between 1996 and 2001, SRB added on another 3,000 square feet, and that looks like it mostly went to the Zone 1, but there was this little area added on here to Zone 2. So this is the new addition right here. And if you want to compare with the year before, you can see the difference. So it expanded, now it's 9,766 square feet. You can see that they've added a waste room here in the corner to Zone 3, but there's no other changes to this zone. Most of the changes are expanding this area. And then between 2001 and 2007, they expanded Zone 1 again by another 3,000 square feet. So you can see this area right here is all new, built on. That's a lot of space for an administrative area, I think. And now the total space is 12,766 feet. These arrows are curious. We're not exactly sure what the ventilation system is for Zone 1 or Zone 2. It's not really discussed. We found a document showing the Zone 3 ventilation area. Stefan tells us that that's confidential information, and I disagree with that. I think that should be public. So if you look, there's the changes from 1996 to 2001. So this is the new area here. And then in 2011, SRB dismantled this area here. So it's my understanding that there's nothing going on right there. There's a number of fume hoods in that area, and there's fume hoods in this area as well. During our tour, I asked Jamie I asked Stefan as well, where the actual breakage occurred, the October 28th incident, and he said it happened right here in Zone 2. So this is where the breakage caused the alarms to go off. So definitely there is tritium exposures there. There should be some sort of monitoring, but we've never seen any kind of reporting for that. And that's the first time we've heard today that there was actually another stack. There's a third stack at SRB, new to us. Okay, so the other point is, since the birth of SRB, since its arrival in Pembroke, Zone 3, which is their active processing area, has never expanded. There have been no changes except to add that one little storage room to it. A storage room, which, by the way, isn't sealed. It has an open door to the outside, and how convenient is that? You can put your stored waste in there, take the lid off. It won't be monitored in your stacks. Sorry, I had to throw that in. Okay, so this is SRB's footprint. They claim to be adding another 180 square meters to Zone 1 again. And again, I've already told you Zone 3 is the smallest, and it has remained relatively unchanged. And so 815 square meters for the Michael Harrington Butler building actually translates to about 8,772 square meters. This is the floor plan that they give to the public, and this is what they tell the public, that this is where the expansion is going to go. This little area right here, right in front of their shipping area. It makes me wonder how they're going to get their trucks in there, and there's really no driveway that comes in here. It doesn't even look like a truck drives across the lawn, because they'd have to go through Med-Eng over here to travel down a little kind of a hill and get over here to deliver their shipments. So it's a very curious setup. So there's issues around transparency. I have difficulty with this graph. I think it's just done to show the public that there's a downward trend. There is definitely an upward trend in the amount of tritium waste that they're processing. And they also claim that they did no measures except maybe change the diameter of their piping, yet their emissions have gone down to levels that you would expect to see when they are not processing, which is very curious as well. And I haven't seen anybody explain that satisfactorily. And that, again, raises the question, are they actually monitoring all the releases? It raises two questions, actually. Are they actually processing? Are they actually manufacturing lights in Zone 3? Because that's where they would be manufacturing, and that's where you would expect to see at least 5,000, 6,000 gigabecquerels of tritium released from the rig stack alone, not this number. It just makes me curious why the number is so low if they're still doing 400 and some rig cycles per month. The other thing is that we're concerned about monitoring, whether they're actually capturing all the tritium releases. And we know that Zone 2, that's where the accident occurred. That's where the alarm was persistent. And that's where you had to actually carry the damaged tubes that you were shipped into Zone 3 to let it exhaust underneath the rig stack hood to the atmosphere. So the stack ventilation system, that was another point we raised. I thought that their ventilation system, their bulk and their rig stack numbers should be reported separately. Okay. So I really am not in favor of a license for this facility, given that they are not disclosing their true activities to the public. It definitely seems to me that they are a nuclear waste facility. We've come across invoices from the U.S. that show us, that indicate that this is SRB's main activity right now, and it is very profitable, let's say. The other concern is the license application guide, which tells licensees that they can release solid waste under 3 tons per year per building. They can also release liquid waste per year under the total amount per building. So my question to the Commission is, and to CNSE staff, is because SRB is a building on another addition, are they going to be allowed to have 2 release limits? Thank you.
Thank you.